I wrote this piece called Decomposition last year in the fall, but it came out of a decision I made in the spring and summer to pull back some of my hours at work that I find really enjoyable and meaningful, but I felt like something else was calling me and needing space. But I didn't realize what all discomfort that sometimes brings about. So writing this really helped me name it. And now in June of 2020, maybe it's a little parallel too for what's happening in our country and our world, where things are decomposing or deconstructing, and the discomfort that can bring as we make room for something new. It's in 3 parts. The first part is longest. You can see if it speaks to you. Part 1. Growing up as a farmer's daughter, I know the word fallow. A field lies fallow, empty, to replenish naturally for a future crop. I have long believed in fallowness too, for our lives, stopping, stillness, allowing empty places. What I may have overlooked is what goes on beneath the surface. Worms crawling, chomping, excreting nutrients, ants taking what they need for their own winter, breaking apart mounds of what was fruitful and is now decaying. Beyond my romantic view of fallow as stillness, peacefulness, waiting, is a noisy, gnawing, crawling, smelly, fertile mess of decomposition and recycling. Thousands of lichens reconfiguring the landscape, not unlike what an earthquake can do to an area. 'Tis my own season now. Yes, I felt it coming. I made moves towards it, slowing down my work, and then the universe joined in the chorus and slowed it down even more, creating these huge open spaces. And I feel the rumble within. The ants and worms chawing noisily at what is old and even beautiful and needs to be broken up. And I send up occasional gasps of protest, dizziness, nausea as transformation rumbles on. Don't send me comforting messages of relax into it, because I could add glowing words of hopefulness, but that would too quickly gloss over the necessary wrestling, reflection, rumination, the discomfort, and take even you, my dear reader, off the hook too quickly. Let the field lie fallow. Enter the path of not knowing. Part 2. This season in the desert, the mesquite tree in front of our house dropped hundreds of its bean pods strewn all over the ground. I considered raking them up. There were so many, but a week later they were magically gone, broken up by many ants preparing for winter. Those bits now completely hidden under the soil as winter food, life going on beneath the surface. Today I sat in silence, picturing the ants chomping through those hard, dried bean pods, marveling at what falls apart naturally, organically. Part 3. Going through menopause. Years ago, I felt those heat flashes in the middle of the night, like a furnace, burning up what was no longer needed.